It might look like an all-stock 78 Pontiac Trans Am on the outside, but underneath, it's a whole different story. As a performance shop, one of the most important things we can do is find out exactly what the owner wants when it comes to the driving experience of the car. Is it centered around power? Is it centered around steering and handling? Is it braking performance? Is it comfort? How about the sound level? Once we know all of these things, we can design a whole package that works together to deliver that exact experience. And just what is the customer's goal? Well, quite simply, to have a great-looking Trans Am that encompasses modern technology and upgrades to deliver a whole new driving experience. A project like this is far more than an engine swap. It's really an evolution of how everything works on the car. Yeah, we put a new engine in it, but there's a whole bunch of other parts that go around this whole engine and suspension to really enhance the experience that you get from driving the car. And that's the overall goal. So I'm gonna kind of run down what we changed under the hood here, but also give a little bit of the reason why we chose these parts, keeping in mind that it's very important to make sure that everything works together, because you could throw all kinds of parts at a car, but if they're not designed and engineered to work together, you're not going to get the result you want. So the most obvious and biggest change is the engine. It's a GM Performance Parts LS3, makes 525 horsepower, and it's coupled to a 4L70 automatic transmission. And in order to make that run in the car, we had to use a Holley EFI controller, so it's a Terminator X EFI system and all the wiring that goes with it. You can see this custom fabricated air intake tube with a K&N filter to get fresh air into the engine. And right below that is the Holley mid-mount front accessory drive system. You can see our AC compressor and our alternator and our power steering pump all tucked nice and close to the front of the engine. Now on top of the engine is one of the cooler things that we like to do around here. That is an original Pontiac shaker hood scoop that comes through the hood on top of a bracket that we make to mount it to the LS engine. And we call that bracket the shaker maker. We do two different versions, one where the cold air actually comes through the shaker scoop. This one, we're still using the original style throttle body off the front, but we'll have more details about the shaker maker and where you can get one on our website. In front of the engine is a cold case radiator with a pair of electric fans, and of course all the new heater hoses that are connected with heat shrink clamps so that this car remains cool. In front of the radiator is the vintage air condenser core, which allows that AC system to give away its heat. These Trans Ams don't have a lot of frontal area, so you got to make sure you're managing the airflow properly to keep all those systems cool. We touched on the AC compressor and that core in front. We hid the lines through the fender and used a vintage air system under the dash and also a Detroit Speed block-off plate on the firewall. And that's a nice pre-made piece for these cars. It allows us to quickly close off the big hole and contain that vintage air unit, which is a lot smaller than the original Pontiac air conditioner. You'll see some hoses coming off that power steering pump. They go to the CPP hydraulic brake boosting unit, which is attached to the Wilwood master cylinder. This controls our four-wheel disc brakes. We bent some custom lines that go through the adjustable proportioning valve, and the system then goes back to the Borgeson power steering box and has a Concept 1 power steering fluid reservoir. And that whole system works together so that when you step on your brakes, you have a hydraulic assist instead of a vacuum. A couple good reasons for that. One, that hydraulic unit is a lot smaller than a vacuum booster, but it also provides far more clamp force at the Wilwood calipers than a regular vacuum booster. And the choice of the Borgeson steering gearbox was one to give the car a more precise road feel with a quicker ratio steering box than it came with when it was new. Looking down a little lower, we see Global West tubular upper and lower control arms with a coilover shock and suspension system. That allows for a firmer ride that handles better than this car ever did. These use a Delrin bushing, which provides really smooth articulation throughout the suspension travel, but it's also comfortable to drive in the car. Of course, at the end of the spindles, we have Wilwood disc brakes. These are a 12-inch brake with a 6-piston caliper, and those are hiding behind year one Snowflake style 17 by 9-inch wheels wrapped in Nitto tires. Exhaust is handled by black ceramic coated Hooker cast iron manifolds, dumping into stainless mandrel bent exhaust with Magnaflow mufflers. This combo delivers great sound and flow with minimal drone or unwanted noise. Again, all these components were selected to work together so that the end result is a car that starts, drives, steers, and stops comfortably and reliably, but has the oats that when you really want to get into it and go around some corners, the car will respond and make you smile. So moving back, we've got our automatic transmission, which is now being actuated by a Shiftworks modified shifter, which looks like the stock original. There's a pair of Global West subframe connectors tying the front suspension to the back, and our rear suspension now consists of some Detroit Speed leaf springs and a quick performance 10-bolt limited slip rear axle. On top of that is a Tanks Inc. fuel injection fuel tank designed to fit this car with a Holley fuel pump buried inside of it, and we use primarily Earl's plumbing and fittings to get the fuel from back to front, and anywhere we needed to, we fortified the engine with ARP fasteners. The dashboard has been upfitted with a whole bunch of things that were designed to look like they belong in the dash of a Trans Am. We kept that original engine turn panel because those look awesome. Behind it, you'll see a set of Dakota digital RTX gauges. These are electronic. They interface with our fuel injection computer seamlessly, and they are far more accurate, and they provide more information than the originals ever did. You can see the vintage air controller, which again mimics the original style but has more functionality. And below that is a RetroSound radio. There are speakers and an amplifier hidden throughout the car, but that RetroSound radio also has Bluetooth connectivity so that you can stream your favorite songs or maybe even your favorite podcast, like the VA Radio podcast, in which we did a lengthy discussion about how important it is to choose parts that work together. We were really happy with the way this whole car came out. Again, it keeps that original look, but now has a whole different level of performance and comfort and features that this car never could have dreamed of when it was new. If you've got a custom, a classic, a hot rod, or a muscle car, maybe even another Trans Am, and you want this same type of experience where all of the things are designed and engineered to work together, you can reach us anytime at v8speedshop.com, and we're happy to lay out a plan that brings you the experience you're looking for with the look and style that you've always loved. Thanks for watching. See you next time.